Okay guys, so I didn't get to finish the video this morning, so I just wanted to come out here really quick and just kind of show you that the cucumbers did reach over the top of the arch. I think I showed you that I broke a piece of it this morning. I ran out of space on my phone this morning when I was recording the video, and that's kind of what happened. So I'm just coming out here and just trying to finish up a little bit of what I was talking about earlier. I was talking about my tomatoes. I have some tomatoes over there. My raspberry plant really kind of bit the dust this spring. It got attacked really bad by some kind of leaf fungus, so I've been trying to treat it and trying to bring it back to life. It's barely hanging in here, barely surviving, so I'm hoping I'm not going to lose it this year. So I'm hoping that I can bring it back with some treatment. I did get raspberries early in the spring and everything was fine, and then all of a sudden it just started getting attacked by this leaf. It wasn't actually leaf spot, but I started getting this drying thing that started happening on all the leaves, and they just started drying and got attacked by the aphids as well, and then everything just started curling and drying and just going crazy. So it's some kind of mold or fungus disease, and it probably was from the frost and the freezing and the rain and just the crazy weather we had all spring. But these are my larger tomato plants. I know I've shown you these several times. These are the like beefsteak tomatoes and the slicer tomatoes. There's 3 plants back there, and they're doing okay. They're doing quite well. I had to trim them a lot too, prune them a lot because of the leaf spot stuff that was going on because of the water and the amount of rain we were getting early on. But they're coming along. I've got some ripening up over there, and some more coming in at the top. So we have some little tomatoes coming in. They're going to be big tomatoes actually, but they're coming in. I lost a few, fell off while I was treating them accidentally. But we have more coming in, not coming in, they're hanging around. I have some backup squash plants down there too, just because I was telling you earlier that the vine borers started coming. So I tried to treat them, and hopefully they're going to leave the rest of those alone and they're going to be okay. So we were going to go up here on the deck. My gardenia is starting to flourish again. It's popping up flowers again. I love the smell of gardenia. It's like my favorite flower. We're coming to my early girls, and they're almost done fruiting for the season. So they have just a few tomatoes left on them that have to finish ripening up, and then they will be done for the season. This one back here, this cherry plant, was one of the best varieties I have ever had. I really loved the cherry tomatoes on this plant. Were really good. The plant stayed really kind of small. This was one I actually picked up at Home Depot. I didn't plant this one from seed. I bought it as a baby, and the tag is in there somewhere, but I can't get back to it. But I did save seeds from this one because I'd really like to grow this again. It stayed very small and compact, but it produced a lot. Like you can see, it is loaded with cherry tomatoes, and I've already harvested a lot of tomatoes off of this plant, but it produced a lot, and it stayed very small and petite, and it was very healthy all the whole time that it produced, and it produced a lot of tomatoes, and they were delicious. My grape tomatoes are coming in. They've been coming in and producing pretty well. Now it's just gotten so hot, and the sun blares down on them, and every time the flowers come, they're just kind of drying up because it's just so hot. It's been in the 90s, 80s and 90s here, so that's to be expected for the tomato plants. They just really can't take that kind of heat, so the flowers have been drying up when they come out, and that's okay. It's understandable. But I have a lot of grapes on grape tomatoes on there ripening up. The same over here with my Romas. I have Romas. They're on there hiding around in there. And then there's my other cherry plant that we've been eating off of this one as well. They are very good too, but not as good as those ones in the corner. But they are very good as well. And these are ones that I've all seeded. And then we have my spring onions. My lettuce, of course, has come to a close, and I've actually let the seeds go because I want to just go ahead and collect seeds from them. So I've kind of let them go, both the romaines and the lettuce. You can see that we've eaten a lot off of the bib lettuce and a lot off of the romaines, so they're sparse, but I let them go up so that you see their seeding up there at the top. If I can put my hand in there, up there at the top, they've gone to seed. But I'd like to collect the seeds, so I've let them go ahead. And then I have my strawberry plants, and this one down here is very sparse because the one over here is giving off babies, and I'm trying to have the babies plant in this one. I pulled a lot of the 4-year strawberries out, and I'm letting the babies from this one plant themselves into this pot over here, so we can have brand new baby ones in this one for next year. Other than that, everything else is doing okay. I finally got around to pulling the old bok choy out from this pot over here, so it's ready for whatever I'm going to plant in it for the fall. It's probably just a few things. I'm probably going to drop some more bok choy in there because I like to eat that and throw that in our salads. And these are over here are ready for this weekend. I'm going to drop some more romaine in there and some more bib lettuce over there, and hopefully it won't come up higher than the fence rail before it cools off a little bit, because as long as it's under that fence rail, it stays cool enough and shaded enough that it won't bolt. It'll grow actually very well, because lettuce doesn't like the sun like that. Anyway, these are my squash plants, and my squash plants have not done so well up here. They were doing really good at first, and then I think just like the sun just hit them, and they just kind of got very unhappy. They were coming up bringing lots of flowers and lots of fruit, and the fruit would start and then it would just like die off. So it just really got too hot. So I ended up having to really prune them back, cut a lot of leaves off, and now they're coming back. And I actually, the yellow squash, the 2 yellow squash ones over here, I have some flowers and some fruits coming up on those. But on the 2 zucchinis over here, I do have a zucchini coming in on that one, and a zucchini coming in on this one. You can see them right there, so I'm very happy about that. So those will be my first squashes for the year, and I'll be very happy. Normally I have like all kinds of squash already, so I'm pretty late in the season for those, but they can grow until like the frost, so they'll keep going, and squash grows pretty fast. So if you ever want something like a really fast vegetable to grow, squash is your vegetable. You can get a squash plant to grow really quick and give you some fruit really quick. I think that's about it. Oh, my peppers. I have a green pepper. I dropped the other green pepper that was on it. It actually flipped off, and then the other one a squirrel stole and took a bite out of and decided he didn't like it. But we have more little green peppers coming in at the top. You see there's one coming in right up here. And then there's a few more. You can see them budding all over the place. And my jalapenos are over there, and they are flowering like crazy. So I'm hoping to get some good jalapenos over here. So I have some little baby ones over here that are all flowering, and they are ready to drop me some jalapenos. And I can't wait till those come in. So I'm hoping that they just like hurry up, because I really want some jalapenos. And they got in a little late because I had a problem with my peppers and them freezing and getting frostbitten. And hi, kitty. And so that was that. Lavender. This is my first year growing lavender. So if anybody has any tips and tricks for lavender, like after it flowers, does it kind of die off? Because mine's starting to get really, really dry down in here. And then I have a pot right here that is really doing really, really well. It's doing like way better than this up here. I don't know if maybe this one is getting too much sun, but this one was beautiful and bushy and really, really happy. And now all of a sudden it's at the bottom getting really kind of dry. So I don't know what's happening over here. It has a lot of flowers. The bee's been harvesting, but I did harvest some seeds out of it and drop them down into the soil down there. So I'm hoping that the next time it rains, it'll send those seeds down there and give me some more sprouts of lavender down in there. Some new ones, just in case this one is trying to die out on me. And then I also planted some down in that little pot down there. So hopefully I will get some more lavender as well. But that is the garden so far. My sage is still doing okay. It tried to get sunburned too for a little while, but it's doing okay. And the thyme is doing really well. I mean, it really, really likes it out here. Like I've actually been clipping on this and putting this in some food and stuff. So that I've been clipping and bringing out. My cilantro has gone to seed. My parsley has gone to seed. Everything's seeding over here, which is okay. I decided to go on and let it go to seed because I have cilantro and parsley in the house. So I figured I would let this go to seed and hopefully it'll bring some bees up on the deck to pollinate my squash over there. So I'm letting everything that can bring in some bees, bring the bees on up here onto the deck. So that is the garden for today. Guard dog, say hello. Marls, you gonna say hello? Say hello to everybody. Come out here to check things out, make sure everything's okay. Have you? I know. All right, everybody, that was the garden tour for this evening. Hope you all have a blessed day. And oh, Kitty's friend is up on the fence. But Kitty jumped off. All right, everybody, take care and be well and stay safe. Until next week. Bye-bye.